One of the hardest and most frustrating parts of life is putting time, energy, effort, money into something and then it totally going bust and you have to start over again from scratch. Whether a business or a relationship, the hardest part about life is having something that you were invested in that even made progress, whether it's a marriage or a business or whatever. And then you wake up one day and it's nothing. And you have to start to rebuild, reevaluate, and re examine how you go forward. And I'm reflecting on that today as, we get a month and a half into the coronavirus where businesses, lives, and relationships may have been destroyed because of this tragedy, this world pandemic. But this is part of life, starting over from scratch. Like I say, a lot of people that have reached out to me on YouTube have reached out to me because they've been devastated by a divorce. And the devastation comes from you put years into a relationship. Of course, you put money, and of course, you put emotions. And you wake up one day and you have to start all over. You're back on Tinder. You're back on Match.com. I remember breaking up with a girl. I was good to see you, Norm, on a live chat. I remember breaking up with a girl. And I said to myself, do I really want to get back in the game and start all over again? And I said, let me go out there a little bit. So I went on like Match.com, which was a dating site years ago. It's probably still around. But as I, played around on that just to try to see what was out there, I said, I really have no interest in starting all over. There's been investments that I've made that you get to a certain point where if you lose a certain amount of money, even if your investment starts to make money, you have to go so far just to get back to zero. Life is an amazing thing. There's plenty of times in life that you're going to be knocked on your ass, emotionally, financially. I thought about that today, that with regards to the gym and the gyms being closed because of the coronavirus. I was thinking about this girl that I knew in Florida who she would go work out religiously. Now, I've always been into working out. I've had my extreme times and my lazy times. I've kind of always been a person in the middle. There's some people that go to the gym, they got their protein shake, they're counting their calories, and they're intense. Okay, and their body results show it. And there's certain old, real overweight people, they go in there and they're paddling with their arms and they're reading a book. But there was this one girl that I knew down in Florida, and she was intense about her workout. And she would go to the gym every day like it was church, religiously. And I understand that. I've been there with my mindset. And, she was a good-looking girl, but she was really in phenomenal shape. I mean, her body was really toned. I mean, she really put a lot of work into it. So I thought about, of course, I haven't been in that gym in a couple months now. I thought about, I wonder how she's doing. Not because I want to get with her, but just for the fact that I was looking at my own body today when I was taking a shower. I said, man, my muscle tone really gone down. It doesn't really faze me because for me, I'm really not trying to impress anyone in this part of my life. Even if the most beautiful girl came up to me, I got no interest going down that road. But I don't put pressure on myself like that anymore because 80% of your diet is what you eat as far as your health. And so for me, going for a walk and eating healthy will keep me in a good space. I do miss the strength training. There's something invigorating about it. Get your heart rate up to feel your muscles being intense. But I thought about this one girl, and I thought about myself at different times in my life because I said to myself, Sam, when the gyms reopen, if I decide to go back in them, I'm going to start from scratch. So, over the course of months, I wasn't like He-Man, but I had a certain muscle tone that really was satisfying to me. And that's like very discouraging when you think I got to start from scratch. I don't even want to go back to the gym. And I thought about how mentally hard it must be for this woman who was really into her body and all the people like that they have to start all over from scratch. Now, maybe they have a home gym and maybe I'm sure they're adapting. But it's a reminder that never put too much into anything in this world. Okay. But you're going to, look, life is temporary. Okay. However, life to continue to live is to continue to start from scratch. Every day you start from scratch. Now, when you're on a roll, okay, physically, financially, emotionally, it's great. But no matter what, you hit a bottom sometimes. You fall sometimes. You hit by a lead rock. You get knocked on your ass. You're doing good. Maybe you got a wife, 2 kids, a house. You're happy, successful. All of a sudden, a tragedy can happen. Or you got a good business, things are going good. I know. The other thing I thought about today was there was this kid I knew in Starbucks in Florida. He would work in Starbucks to get health benefits and to keep a certain amount of steady income. But on the side, he was doing an eBay business, like buying things at the thrift store or wholesale, and then he would sell them online. And he was doing very good. And I think about now that the economy has kind of like crashed to a certain extent, 26 million Americans unemployed. It's going to be very tough to restart the economy to get it back the way it was. I thought about not too many people are probably buying things like they once were on eBay. I wonder how he's doing. He's got to start from scratch. There's a saying that there's a saying that success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. And that's a powerful thing. I think about that often when I fail and I got to get back up. I say, man, do I really want to keep going? Because starting from scratch is an overwhelming thought in your mind. It's a paralyzing. You want to eat another DiGiorno pizza and roll over in bed and go to sleep. But that's not the answer. That just leads to more suffering. So what I want to share with you tonight is the message. With the coronavirus specifically, but through your life in general, you're going to reach certain plateaus. You're going to have a winning streak. And then in life, you're going to get knocked on your ass. Maybe out of the blue, maybe something you were expecting and you took too much risk. Whatever it is, it's going to happen. It's part of life in this world. And you're going to have to start from scratch. Overwhelming feeling. How do you handle it? You get up, you take life one day at a time, one step at a time, put one foot in front of the other. You got to keep moving. Movement is life, okay? It keeps your juices flowing. And that's it. That's the magic answer. How is this girl in Florida, how's she going to get her muscle tone back? If she doesn't have a home gym, she's going to start from scratch. Okay. But maybe, when you work out that intense and religiously, it's almost like a disorder. Like I said, I've been obese and I've struggled with an eating disorder. Well, not an eating disorder, but I've been close to anorexia. And what I could tell you is, when you're at the extremes, there's a lot of glory, but there's a lot of mental obsession. Like people who men going their own way, people who talk about 5G, people talk about the New World Order, people talk about conspiracy theories. There may be some wisdom in it, but their mind has obsessed. Their mind now controls their soul. When you obsess over with something, there's people that serial thumbs down me because I blocked them and now their mind, they can't get control of themselves. Obesity is you can't control yourself. Anorexia is you can't allow yourself to have something. The balanced mind is a hard thing to find. You got a Donald Trump or you got a Bernie Sanders. The balanced mind. But see, the problem with the balanced mind is it doesn't move the needles. You got to almost be intense to move the needle. Okay. It's a tough balance. So bottom line, guys, is look, this is what it is in this world. Okay, I didn't create the world. I'm living in the world just like you. Okay, doing my best to push forward every day. Only allowing positive people, healthy people in my life. I thought about that today. I said, Sam, why do you keep blocking people? Why do you keep causing your channel not to grow as quick? And I answered myself. I said, Sam, this is why you live simple, because you want to live on your terms. You can't have it both ways, Sam. You can't grow at a high rate in a business without keeping a certain amount of quality control on your product. Okay. Every time you try to grow rapidly, you're going to let go of your standards on your product. And it's not going to be the same. Now, it may grow faster. It may be more rewarding. But you have to ask yourself, what are you trying to accomplish? Why are you trying to accomplish it? Now, look, everything has a little bit something to do with the money bag. I never lie to you guys about that. But if money bag is the only thing, then I also never try to lie to you guys about that. You're going to do a lot of things that you don't like. And you're not going to live really life on your terms. It's a tough balance. Tough balance. So when you start from scratch, here's the good news, then we'll go all live comments. You get to determine now, how are you going to start over? Are you going to go to the gym every day again religiously to the point where it's an obsession and you're not even enjoying life? I remember joking with a guy when I was in my intense mode in the gym, and he'd be in the gym all the time. Really intense guy. And I said, man, why do you really come to the gym that intense? And he goes, well, I want to be on the beach. I want to look good. And I'm saying, why do you want to go to the beach and look good? He wanted to get a hot girl. He wanted to live that life. He wanted everyone to be impressed. I said, well, you spend all the time in the gym. You're really not socializing that much. And here's a pro tip to all my guys, especially when you're dating girls in their 30s, 40s, and up. They don't want you to be too in shape because you're a threat to them. And when women get in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they value cheese and chocolate above good dick. Never forget it. Never forget it. That's true. And so, guys, don't go too crazy. Don't get too religiously nut. There's a scripture that says, why be too wise? Why be too holy? You will destroy your life. On the other hand, why be too foolish? You will die before your time. Those who truly love God will avoid both extremes. Starting at the scratch, starting at the bottom is an extreme point. But when you start from scratch, you get to rebuild with healthy, sustainable habits. And you don't have to shoot to be this extreme. When I see people like overly built, steroid out, and like you could tell it's not natural. To me, it don't even look good, but I know in their mind it looks good. Like when I see the girls that get the plastic surgery. In their mind, it may look good, but to me, it looks like a disaster. You're better off with thin lips, with a flat chest. Okay. At least in my opinion. To me, I think if Caitlyn Jenner had wanted to be a girl, she would have been better off throwing on a wig and tying her, dick in between some panties. To me, it looks crazy, but that's my opinion. What should people do? Whatever they want. You say, Sam, I don't care. I want to get a penis implant. Sam, I don't care. I want to get breast implant. What do I tell you to do? Whatever you want. I'm sharing my thoughts. But what I'm telling you is when you start from scratch, when you hit rock bottom, you have an opportunity to reset your life, to reevaluate your thought process. You don't have to be a religious nut job. Thank God that I was willing to change my mind. Thank God that I was willing to get involved in a church, and then thank God I was willing to leave a church. Never underestimate the value of being able to change your mind. Just if no one else in this world understands it, but because it's healthy for you, change your mind. And that's what I tell Blanton and all these young kids I meet on YouTube and in real life, what I used to say in youth ministry, it's good to change your mind, especially when you're young, because you're going to have different thoughts, and life changes. Don't stick yourself in the corner. Nothing wrong with changing your mind. Like a lot of people try to bully you when they have a projection of who you are. Like when I don't talk about, now people don't really give me shit anymore because they know I ain't gonna take shit. But when I used to stop talking about living in my car and other subjects, people like, I don't want to hear about that. I just want to hear about living in a car. But that wouldn't be a good service to me. I don't give a fuck what you want to hear. I mean, I don't know how many times people want to hear, put your big ass in the back seat and go to sleep. People like to overthink life. I had a couple friends like that, a couple girlfriends. They used to want to call me up, tell me the same shit about the same guy. So I don't want to hear that shit. I said, how many times are you going to tell me the same shit? The Al Bundy syndrome. I don't want to hear the same shit, the same 3 touchdowns and 1 football. I don't want to hear that shit. We got to go forward. What are we talking about? How do you start from scratch? You can't start from scratch with the same shit. You got to reinvent yourself. Life is constant adaptation. The number 1 book I read, I recommend the number 1 book is Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. Short, simple book, especially for all you psychopaths that could barely watch a 10-minute YouTube video. It's just about adapting. Okay. But we're faced with that now. Because your habits have gotten all, and mine too. Like I said, I was looking at my arm set. I said, Sam, I got to start all over at the gym. But what should you start over? Whatever is healthy for you. I will work out again with weights. Why? Because it feels good. It's healthy. I won't go extreme. I've hurt myself going extreme with weights, but I'll keep them in my life. Whatever is healthy for you is the guiding light to your soul. And I'm talking about spiritually, financially, everything. There's sometimes when I was trading stocks, and I said, Sam, is this healthy for you? Now, look, I'm not saying you should never do these things, but you have to have balance. You can't be a nut job in the gym 3 hours a day, and maybe you can't be trading so much. You have to figure out the balance. Everyone's on their own journey. And that's the message tonight. If you appreciate that, I appreciate if you click the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. I'll take a hydration break. Then we're going to read all the live comments like I do every night. It's a Friday, and I'm drinking Fuji water. Someone says, Sam, I think Fuji makes you, I don't know, impotent or whatever. Like, for me, I think that's when you can't have kids. Or I don't want to have kids. So if this shit make you, like, whatever, you can't have kids, I'm going to take a big drink of this motherfucker, because I'm trying to tell you right now, I don't want to have kids, man. So drink up. Everyone doing. If you don't want to get a vasectomy, just drink Fuji water. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Whew. All right, let's read all live comments. Norma, hey Norma. Norma, did Georgia open up today? I think Georgia was supposed to open up today. Does anyone know if Georgia opened up? Trump was talking about you can inject Lysol in your body and it kill the coronavirus, man. What a fucking disaster, man. He backed away from it, man. But come on, man. He said it. I saw him last night. Apathy. Your video usually echo my life. Well, that's a blessing. Starting over again myself. There you go, Apathy. You're going to figure it out. You're a positive person. Positive people always figure it out. Didn't want to buy a condo, but I was about to be homeless. Well, the hardest part about life is we can't go backwards. So don't try to go backwards. It's very tough. So I don't want to try to be disingenuous. We all struggle with that, myself included. I wish I would have actually, in one sense, I wish I would have bought maybe 1 or 2 properties that I've seen the past 2 years. But we have to go forward now. And we can't go backwards, so we can't beat ourselves up. But love to you, Apathy. I know it's not easy. My man Bland, which meal do you think people mess up the most? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Breakfast, and after 9 p.m., there's a meal that no one tells you about. And it's a total disaster. There's a lot of times people, anything you eat or anyone you text after 9 p.m. is a total disaster. Okay. And so what I could tell you about is you wear what you eat in public. So I met some fucking people fat, nasty, and I used to be fat, nasty. I mean, I got a wide ass still now, but I'm making it work. But I met some people like real overweight talking about they ain't eating shit. They're on a keto diet. And I look at their big ass like, you don't tell me you ain't eating shit. It ain't, I don't care how big a thyroid you got. That shit don't make you that fat. I mean, come on, guys. Let's be honest. Okay. But, this part of life, you see like when I was fat as hell, I used to see myself different. Like, I remember an episode of The Simpsons where Homer Simpson would look in the mirror and he see himself like built. I was fat as hell and I look in the mirror, I see myself like strong. Like, we have a self-image. There's some beautiful women. They look in the mirror and they can't see their lips. And so they want to get lip injections. And then I look at Kylie Jenner. I said, this bitch ugly as hell with those nasty lips. But she made $1 billion selling overpriced lipstick. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. This world's sick. This world's sick. But everyone's got to do what they got to do. So I would say breakfast number one, and then after 9 p.m. Good to see you, brother. And never, just want to tell you, you're trying to get your life together. I mean, it may not affect people now with the coronavirus, but when you go to work and they have free donuts or free pizza, never partake in it. Go for a walk outside your office. Because what I tell you, Dunkin' Donuts is the devil. Okay. Free pizza is Satan's slice of gluttony. Okay. Guys, I don't care if it's free and I'm cheap bastard. I'm living in my car. And what I'm trying to tell you, pay a price for everything. Okay. Everything has a price. And you got to be very careful what you put in your body. That's true. Carlos, what's up, man? Shout out to Miami. Hey, Sam. Happy Friday, brother. Well, happy Friday to you. Happy payday to all people out there still getting paid. God bless you, man. I appreciate you. Apathy. Appreciate you making these videos, Sammy. Thank you. Much love to you. Same back to you. Always be safe. Thank you very much. Apathy. Shout out to Massachusetts. Blang. I got in the habit of eating frozen pizza. Not good. Well, you're still young enough to make it work. When I was in my early 20s, I eat a bucket of fried chicken. I play a full court basketball game. So, Blanton, you're still in that, young 20s mode. Once you get over your 30s, you're going to eat one piece of fried chicken and you're going to have a beer gut. Now, I saw videos. Oh, shit, $10 super chat. My man, Mike Reed. Mike Reed, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for that gracious tip. And what I can tell you is I appreciate that, Mike Reed. Thank you, brother. Love to you. Hand clap to our brother, Mike Reed, showing this old stripper on YouTube some love. That's right, guys. I still got a couple more years of stripping left in me. And what I can tell you is thank you, man. Somebody wipe down the pole. We don't want to give anyone COVID-19 in a strip club. But you might as well consider this strip club like Georgia. Hey, man, we're open for business. We're open for business in here tonight. Thank you, Mike. Oh, Hollywood, Florida. Shout out to Hollywood, Florida, man. I did a video from Hollywood, Florida on the walk. It's not a boardwalk because it's not boards, but it's like a concrete. But it's a strip of beach that's got shops. And then the beach is right there. And it's got some high-rise apartments all the way at the end. I walked all the way at the end down there and then all the way back, man. Back in the day, if you look at my playlist called Traveling Spots, I did a video from Hollywood, Florida. Shout out to Hollywood, Florida, man. Just north of Miami, Florida. Good spot, man. Good to see you, man. I miss Florida. Florida's my home, man. God bless you, brother. Hollywood's a good place, man. God bless you, man. Hang in there, man. So, yeah, what I tell you guys is, what was I telling you about the frozen food and all that shit? I don't even remember. I'll think about it again. Love to you, man. Thank you, Mike Soleil. That's what I'm doing now. Starting my life from scratch. That's not easy, I know. Lost job. Sorry to hear that. Divorce. Devastating. I've never been married, but I had some breakups, and there was a couple times. Oh, shit, Bree. $1.99 super chat. Cool guy. Just like doing his thing. That's me. Thank you, Bree. I appreciate that. Our skydiving YouTube. Keeping up with Bree. Is just doing her. And my man, Mike Reed. Thank you guys very much for the love. I appreciate that, Bree. Hang in there. Stay positive. All my women out there. Love yourself. That's what I can tell you. Love yourself. And my men, too. I know men don't talk like that, but I talk like that. And what I tell you guys, when you love yourself, your quality of your relationships, man, there's a different standard, man. It's like you don't put up with bullshit. Not because you think you're better than someone, but because you need healthy relationships. You need healthy relationships. And that was I was just speaking on with So today. Guys, a divorce is devastating. There's no doubt about it. It changed your life. but it's necessary sometimes, necessary. And a loss of job, devastating, but sometimes that may lead you down a better job, a better opportunity to change locations, to change companies. I've been knocked on my ass a couple times with a breakup and a layoff. Very devastating. One foot in front of the other, but take it as an opportunity to reposition your life. Reposition your life. Charles Barkley was 6'4". Why did he, and Dennis Rodman wasn't the tallest, even though he was a little tall. Why did they get rebounds? They know how to position themselves under the basket. Every time you have to start from scratch, I want you to think about positioning yourself in a better environment for the future. Better location, better people. Okay. And when you don't know where you want to be, don't commit to anywhere. And keep your circle small, better less than more. And let's continue to read. So it says, now living in my car, ready to things to start looking up on. You're mobile now, and that's a blessing. Mobile, light, live light, travel light, be the light. So what I could tell you is there's downside, like I've shared with living in your car, but the upside is now you have the flexibility to change and to relocate. Now you can go anywhere in the country. Like right now, if Georgia is the only state open, guess where you go? Georgia. If DoorDash is only popping in Miami, where should you go? Miami. Go where there is abundance when you have the flexibility to go. If you live in your car, but you don't go to where the resources are, you're not really utilizing the value of living in your car. The value of living in your car is that you have the flexibility to position yourself in an area that has economic growth, better weather, and better, period. Okay, a house is an anchor. Now, a house can provide stability, especially if you're elderly or hurt. However, everything has a give and take. So use the good parts of living in your car and accent those strengths. Don't sit in your car. If you sit in your car and you vegetate your life away, you're not using the asset that it is. Use the wheels on your car. The wheels on your car go round and round, round and round. If you're mobile. If you're stuck, the wheels on your car will rot. Very powerful point there. Keep it up, everybody. Sam, love to. I appreciate that. I appreciate the tip. A shout again to you and Mike. Norma, yeah, chocolate and cheese. Hey, guys, I dated some MILFs. Okay. And I grew up in a house with all women. So that's why I'm hip to the game. Okay. And that's why a lot of times people say, Sam, you kind of know, you know a lot about that. I said, I do. But sometimes you can know too much. Like sometimes like the wife wouldn't want me to talk to the husband because I know too much about the game. Okay. And you almost have to be a little bit ignorant to still be in the game. Like ignorance is bliss. However, some people do better in a relationship than single. So for me, I do better single than in a relationship. There's nothing perfect. Okay. You have to know yourself. You have to be at peace with yourself. You have to love yourself. I guarantee you, if you have plastic surgery and you get in a relationship, it's a total disaster. Because you're not really loving yourself. Guys, someone can help you, put the dildo in your cooch. But ultimately, you got to cream yourself up. I remember at times when I was insecure, and it screwed up some of my sex life. When you're insecure, your sex life suffers. When you're feeling good, even if you got flaws, your sex life popping. Because everyone will testify, and mainly women, that the number one thing they want in the bedroom is no insecurities. They want confidence. They want freedom. They want to feel comfortable. Every insecurity you bring in the bedroom, guys, there's not going to be squirting. There's not going to be ocean flowing. It's going to be dry as Bob Wells Desert. Oh, shit. Not alone. $10 super chat. This stripper on YouTube working hard tonight. Not alone says, I know not everyone is religious, but may God be with you all. Well, thank you. The great awakening is now, and good things are coming to good people. Stay positive. Well, not alone. I don't look at that as a religious statement. I look at that as a good, positive, holy statement. So I received that, and I say, bless you, brother. Now, again, I spent 10 years in the church. I read the Bible. I read other literature, other religions. Obviously, you're going to gravitate to what you grew up around. I do believe that faith is part of a successful life. Now, What each individual person decides to choose as their religion, that's a personal decision. Okay? And everyone should have the freedom to do them. But for me, I definitely believe in faith, even when I question faith, and sometimes I do, and I curse God. I do try to say a prayer a day. I try to like just be in tune with God, and I try to be thankful. So I appreciate you spreading positivity, Not Alone. I appreciate your tag name, Not Alone. You could tell a lot. You could tell a lot by a person by their tag name. So Not Alone is saying he had to say to himself that he's not alone. And so now he wants to spread that other message to people who think they are alone. However, I'm sure Not Alone has days where he hates life. Okay. However, there's something to be said. When you hate life, you're starting from scratch. And it's the faith that pushes you forward. Martin Luther King said, faith is taking the first step without seeing the entire staircase. Faith is taking the first step without seeing the entire staircase. That's faith. So Not Alone, thank you for spreading that love. I appreciate that. Valerie, good to see you. Shout out to Oregon. Norma. So today sounds like things are already are. Congratulations. I'm just trying to get through today. I mean, it's not sunny, but at least it's not winter. Kira. Hey, Sammy, what's up, Kira? Hey, miss you too. Plastic surgery does not look good. Well, again, I don't want to like condemn anyone that has plastic surgery, because there may be some people in life who they have plastic surgery or they want to get it. I'm not against plastic surgery. So I don't want to like bash it. I'm just trying to say that even after you get it, there's something inside you that you got. Now, look, guys, if I had a deformity, would I get plastic surgery? Yeah. So again, it's like, but I just want to make that point that there's a big thing to be saying, like, sometimes people get it and they don't need it, and then they keep getting it. It's a mental disorder, okay? And so what I want you to do is, even if you do get plastic surgery, I just want you to go on a self-discovery before you get the plastic surgery, okay? Because I think Melania Trump, I think her tits look like shit. I do. But then again, she's dating Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump ain't worth shit, okay? So I think you're going to date based on how you look at yourself, okay? I think, if you think Donald Trump, you'd like him. I think you don't think much of yourself. That's what I think. So, guys, like, you know what I mean? You create the standard in your life, Okay. Now, it's truth that Bernie Sanders' wife seemed too hot. So I don't know how to, there's no exact science to life either. But I don't think Bernie Sanders has been divorced 3 times, though. So I think there's something to that, too. It's interesting. Let's continue to read. Norma, love Who Moved My Cheese. That's a good book. Lila, A.K. Zach, my grandpa nursing home laying bed dead, sad, but can't eating. Nursing homes are always sad. I've been in them plenty of times, but especially now during the coronavirus, where you can't even visit a loved one. Shout out to Juliana from Australia, who she can't really visit her mom that's in a nursing home. So that's the one thing right now with the elderly mom. My mom is elderly. She's obese. She has diabetes. One thing I do concern me is that, God forbid, if she would get it, I wouldn't be able even to see her. That's a shame, man. Really tough. Love to you, brother. Sonia, good to see you. Invincible Compass. What's up, Sam? What's up to you, son? Emoji back to you. Norma, praying for Lila. Amen. Luke, what's up, brother? Positive vibes to you. Sam, what's up, my brother? Me and the lady doing pizza and movies. Well, I'm not shout to you. Now you get a Netflix and chill, or you're going to a movie theater. I don't think any movie theaters are open. But love to you and your young Russian PYT. And what I can tell you is, like Warren Buffett said, when you're young, that's the time to have sex. However, just remember, make sure you get a vasectomy or you drink Fuji water, because I heard Fuji water makes you not have kids. Let me drink up to that. I'll take a drink to that. I don't want to have kids, guys. Mike Reed, keeping up with Bree, and my man Not Alone. Thank you for the tips. Apathy. Are there less trolls out there bugging you, or more with this whole quarantine? Well, I would say less, because I blocked probably about 50% of the trolls online that kind of have like key search words to my type of videos. However, they're like cockroaches. You get one, another one pop right back up. So I've just accepted that, Sam, this is part of what it is. So I've learned to handle it better, and I appreciate that. Oh, Sarah, I had to rent an apartment. Well, Sarah, I'm coming over. I'm coming to the West Coast. I'm going to wear my Scully because I know you think I look sexy with my Scully on. So close your eyes, Sarah. I'm coming over. I'm coming over, Sarah. Now, see, like Sarah loves me. I love Sarah. But like I remember, like, you know, but then a girl comes to your house or a guy comes to your house, like, what you doing here? And then they smother you. I remember, like, I remember I was doing construction in a Wegmans. A Wegmans is a high-end supermarket in New Jersey. When I was young, I was like 20 years old. And I remember flirting with the security guard girl's hot security girl. She was like 22, young girl. Okay, I was 20, she was 22. And so I got her number, and then I invited her over to the crib. Then she came over, and, you know, we had fun. And she was squirting, too. I'm not going to lie to you. I know that's not, she was. And then the next day, she just showed up to my crib. I said, what you doing here? And I said, I'm not ready for this. So if I go visit Sarah right now in California, like, I may be one of her YouTube crushes, even though she hates when I bash Trump, but I don't. You know, but if I just show up, guys, she's going to feel smothered. Never just show up. Never. And I recommend you don't even go over unless you're invited. Guys, the only time it's good to go over someone's house is if you're invited. Now, I made that mistake, and some people came to my house, they should have never came. Never go to a house unless you're invited. I love you, Sarah. Sarah, just remember this, and everyone who had to rent an apartment, that you still have flexibility. You may have to rent for a month or a year, but you're not married. You know, I've been very much struggling with that myself. Like, Sam, if you find the right deal, do you really still want to buy a property? Because you never make money on a property till you sell it. So really, the best way to live life is not to own anything. At the very end, just rent, and no money is left on the table. Unless you have children. Shout out to Saudi Arabia. So for me, I have to really watch my mind, because society always told us that owning is better. But I've owned a house, and Sarah's been married. And Sarah knows she's been married. She's been divorced too. Guys, don't think you have to own something. Like, sometimes I say, Sam, I love Florida. I want to own property there. But I know as soon as I own property in Florida, I wife Florida up. And as soon as you commit, as soon as you walk down that aisle after the marriage, something changes. So renting, yes, you don't get equity when you rent. But if you don't have children specifically, and if you're not going to raise a family, renting is not the devil, okay? Renting is a blessing where it'll give you some stability without long-term commitment. Because if your life changes, if another coronavirus comes and you have to start from scratch, you can let your lease expire and you can move to San Diego, or you can move to South Beach. But don't come a knocking if I didn't invite you over, okay? Because I had that happen one time with some chick. And I said, what you doing here? It was a disaster, guys. Took a long time to get out of that one. Okay. So what I could tell you is this. Let's take hydration break. That's true. Oh, that was bad news, man. Never again. All right, let's continue. James, what's up, man? Sorry, Lila. Thank you. Luke, oh yeah. Luke, pump it up. I got to start from scratch when I go back into the gym. All my muscle tone is gone. Norma, thinking about reinventing myself again. You got to. Good topic, Sam. Love to you, Norma. Ryan B, shout out to Utah. Utah's got to be open. Sam, the Home Depot close to me is 30% up on sales year to date. Guys, where's everyone spending their money? Take out food and stuff for your home. A gym for your home. A new cabinet for your home. New office for your home. A home is a vacuum for your wallet. You say, Sam, you owned a property for 15 years. You're living out of your car for 3 years. What's the difference between a home, living in a home, and living in a car? Living in a house is like living in a vacuum where you take your wallet out, and whether it's a utility bill, a property tax, a sewer surcharge, painting the molding on your house, it never stops. Now, it's a blessing where you got some stability. And if you're married and if you got a family, guys, again, I'm drinking Fuji water so I never have kids, because I heard this make you impotent. Now, I don't know if impotent just means soft. Now, I ain't soft, but I heard it like messes up your sperm count. Okay. So what I want to tell you guys, just be careful, because home ownership, it's got its downfall. Let's continue. Good to see you, Ryan. Apathy. Sorry to hear that, Lila. Me too. We need to pray for all those in the nursing home. Now, I agree with that, man. Definitely. And especially the caretakers. I totally agree. My caretakers out there, like Not Alone said, the elderly always feel alone. Like there's some middle-aged people, they feel alone and they get involved in a destructive relationship. The elderly really struggle with being alone. I've been having to listen to my mom talk on the phone, and she's getting to the point like where she just got to talk. And I just got to listen so she don't feel alone. Okay? Because as they get older, that's the mindset. And I have to remind myself, like, Sam, your job is just to listen. Just listen. Okay? And that's what I do. And, the stories are about nothing, right? We're not really talking about, it's just like you got to listen. And that's a skill. That's a blessing. Sometimes people, most of the time, people just need you to listen. Here's another pro tip to all my guys. I don't care if you're in Saudi Arabia or San Diego. If you want to get some ass, even though I don't respect that, Saudi Arabia does not give women their equal rights. So I'm telling you right now, I don't agree with that, man. I don't agree with it. Nope. Like I tell you guys, America can be corrupt, and women and minorities had to fight centuries to get their rights in America. Saudi Arabia still does not give women their rights. I can't stand with them. Got to change that, man. What I could tell you is this. If you want to get ass, keep your mouth shut. Okay. If you want to get ass, someone give me the zipper mouth emoji. Anyone right now that wants to get ass, okay, I want you to look in your emojis and find the guy that's going to zipper his mouth. Because that's how you get ass. Not a penis pump. See, a lot of you guys fell for the penis pump. You're out there shopping. You're shopping on Amazon. You say, how much does a penis pump cost if I get it shipped to Saudi Arabia? Okay? Because you got cheap gas, because you got a lot of gas, but you ain't got penis pumps. So you're going online, you say, come on, Bezos, send me some penis pumps. I want to get laid. Okay. Women just got their driver's license in Saudi Arabia. They can come over to crib. But when you're going to mess up your game, is she going to come to the crib? You're going to be pumping the penis like it was a Shaq shoe back in the 90s. Remember Shaq had those shoes, those basketball shoes in the 90s where you pump them up and you think you can dunk? I had those. Okay. But if you want to get laid, all you got to do is zipper your mouth, man. And let her eat her chocolate and cheese. Watch a movie. And then just let it go from there. That's how it happens, guys. It's not a big mystery. It's too much work, though. You see all the work I got to put in? Just drink Fuji water, man. That's what I tell you. Let's take a hydration break. What a disaster. I want to break up right. It's too much work. Apathy. Sorry to hear that loud. Oh, yeah, I read that. I'm sorry. Ryan, a lot of businesses failing, but some are booming. Yeah, it's like, money doesn't disappear. It just goes from one person to another or one entity to another. And a lot of people are looking, myself included a little bit, you look at this tragedy / the way the system works is it's a little bit of a money grab. And, but you got to reinvent yourself. Look, if you were a business owner and you were selling a buffet Greek salads for your whole life, guess what? Now you cut your restaurant size in half, you focus on takeout, and the other half of your restaurant, I don't know. Maybe you make it I don't know what the hell you make it, man. I don't know. Amazon headquarters or something. I don't know. Make every think about it. No, a lot of places did open. You're in Georgia? You left Maryland? I did not open my private business, but my part-time job, another place, is opening up on the 4th. Okay. Watching and trying to wait to make any major decisions. Well, that's good. Norma, keep me posted out there. Kira, people are struggling, but stay positive like I am. Amen, Kira. You got it. Good job. Bland, have you ever thought about doing a video of what each of your tattoos was about? Yeah, a lot of people that want to get with me, they've been asking about that. But I don't know, man. I may do it. That's actually a good suggestion, Bland. I may do that. most of them are either spiritual or for people who've passed away or just like motivational reminders. So in a general speaking term, like that's how it works. But that's actually a lot of people asking for that. A lot of people want to get with me. That's true. And do you regret any of them? No, I do. Well, the only tattoo I can say I regret a little bit was not the tattoo, but how it was placed and done on my back, on my lower back. Like it goes a little bit down, like my back a little bit too far in bad placement. So, I would say no, overall, I don't regret any of them. Just like one or two, just the way like they ended up going like in a direction. That's all I would say. And I love that you have tattoos. Yeah, I love them too. Just curious. I appreciate that, Bland. BRN, what's up, man? Hello from, what's that, Massachusetts? You guys are strong here, man. Gina, shout out to Israel. Hey, Sammy. I got bellies, pazzles, facial, paralysis. I know I'm saying that wrong. Paralysis a week ago. What does that mean, man? Doctor said it would last at least 3 weeks. I don't know what that means. I can't move. Oh, you can't move the left side of your face? I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Prayer emoji to you, man. That's humbling, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Apathy. Trump hightailed it out of there. Yeah, we start talking about Lysol kill everything. He didn't want to address. Yeah, he realized he fucked up last night, man. That's the best thing he could do is just say, like Trump realized what I just told you. How do you get laid? You keep your mouth shut. How do you look like a good president? You say what you need to say and you keep your mouth shut. That's it. Guys, if you overtalk, even if you're good, you're going to talk yourself into a ditch. You got to be very careful. Even I tell you, like when the energy's gone on a live feed, the worst thing a pastor could do is stretch out the sermon. The worst thing you can do is stretch out a conversation. When the energy dies, let it die, man. That's very important. Good job. Norma, free pizza or Satan slice. Yeah. Best thing I ever heard. I'm going to put down a t-shirt. Carrot. I don't care what free. I'm not getting it. Good job. Mike Reed, thank you again, brother, for that tip. I appreciate that very much. Norma, whoop, whoop. Mike Reed. Kira, love your videos. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Mike Reed. Yeah, Hollywood, Florida. I love that. I've been to Hollywood, Florida, man. South Florida. That's where it's at. Southeast Florida. Sonia, I've got a friend that wants me to be alone and single forever. Well, okay, let me continue. She herself has never been without a man, and she's currently married. Why do people say one thing but do the opposite in their life? Because the hardest advice to take is your own. The hardest advice to take is your own. But she's tired of her husband. She wishes her husband would die. She would get the life insurance. She would cry for 2 years, and then she would fuck some guy with a nice ass that kept his mouth shut. That's true. That's true. There would be another chapter. So she's basically trying to tell you, Sonia, if you get married, after about 5 to 10 years max, you're going to wish your husband would die. You could play the grieving widow, and then you could find some other boy toy. So what I tell you to do is just skip the 10 years where you wish someone would die and just stay single. So, but the hardest advice to take is your own. That's true. Kira, hand clap, thank you. Mike Reed, holla. Rainby, Trump is too confident for his own good. Well, he's learning. Apathy. Sugar is poison. It is, but I have a little sugar. Like there was a point in my life where I ate no sugar. Now I look good as hell. I was, I was thin. Everything was popping. But it's also like a lot of chicks told me, Sam, you lost too much weight because I was putting too much pressure on them. No chick wants to date you if you don't have no body fat because they want some fat. So guys, what do I do now? I eat some Twizzlers. All right. You gotta have some body fat, man. These, especially in the MILF game. MILFs had kids or they're middle age. They don't want you being so skinny like you put too much pressure on them. You gotta be very careful. Marcy, good to see you, Sam. Thank you, Marcy. Good to see you. Sonia, hello, Sam. Kira, hey, everybody. Peppa Pig, hello, Sam. You're cracking me up. Good. It's good to laugh. Good for the soul. Mike Reed, yeah, I'm like 3 miles from there. I know that part of Florida, man. Keeping up a breed. Thank you again. That's me with the headband on. Bland, your channel has made me want to do different videos. I appreciate it. I'm blessed if I can inspire someone. Inspiration is divine energy. I believe in that. Keep it diverse and interesting. Yep, I agree with that. Gina, I appreciate every second from now. Amen, Gina. Now, I'm going to pray for you, man. Everything can change in a second. That's true, brother. And I take a moment to be somber and to say, when I had got nerve damage and my body was shooting up and down with pain for about 12 to 18 months, The doctor even said, like, look, nerve damage is a weird thing. It takes a long time for nerves to grow, and we can't give you an exact timeline. So after a couple of weeks, you feel like that nerve damage is never going to go away. After a couple months, it's like, so I totally can empathize with the scariness of the mind. Take life one day at a time, brother, and we'll keep you in prayer, man. Love to you, Gina. Apathy. Gina, that may be a sign of chronic Lyme disease. It can create Bell's palsy. Please research it. Western doctors don't diagnose it right, misdiagnose people, downplaying chronic Lyme. Okay, that's interesting, Sonia. I've heard divorces that have spiked during quarantine. Guys, I'm not even married and I want to get a divorce. That's how I feel. Keep it up, everybody. Sam, there was a time that I gave up everything, including an apartment for a guy. I've been down that road. I remember getting a car for a girl. That didn't end good. She goes, now I'm in a better place. Good. And saved all the money. Give me the loot. It was hard, but I'm moving forward and being positive. Hey, yeah, I agree with that. You're saving money being single. I like that. Kira, hey, Brie. So today, that's great advice. Thank you. Thank you, brother. And not alone, thank you for sending those positive vibes. Thank you for the tip. And much love. And God bless you also, brother. Appreciate that, not alone. King, just got in and I heard was squirting. Hey, guys, look. I keep it real with you guys. I've read the Bible and I've looked at squirting porn videos. Saudi Arabia porn, I've looked at porn like where they got the Muslim garb on. I've looked at Irish porn. I haven't looked at nun porn like the Catholic nuns. I don't look at that. Don't feel right. But what I can tell you is, guys, sexuality part of life. Okay, I can lie to you guys. You want me to lie to you? Then I'll be a hypocrite. I wanted to give a sermon about masturbation in my church. They say you can't do that. I said, well, I got to start my own church then. Because, guys, I got to be honest with you, or else I'm not really being truthful. All right, let's continue. Isis, love the MJ video today. Thank you, man. I really meant that, brother. I appreciate you, Isis. Shout out to Baltimore. I was driving by Chipotle and just saw a whole crew of nurses, shout out to them, leave, and I thought of you saying, what a disaster. Guys, that's a good point. Good to see you, Isis. I am still amazed as I go through my daily day, because everything I do is essential because I live full-time in my car. I'm always on the road. It looks like a nuclear fallout. Like, as far as like people walking around like with some surgical masks, some made-up masks. And it's weird, man. It's very weird. Keeping up a Brie. The best, I feel like, remember that movie with Denzel, what was that movie? Eli Book. I like that movie with Denzel Washington, Eli's Book. I like that. Keeping up a Brie. The best thing is I've learned it's not to complicate my life. Good job, Brie. Most people know the answers to their life, but want alternative advice. I like where you're going with this. That distracts them from the main issue. Brie, figured out life. Believe in yourself always. Hand clap to Brie. Preach emoji. Aaron, what's up, man? Shout out to the UK. Good evening, Sam. Glad to see you still well. I appreciate that. Guys, we're all over the globe tonight. I love that, man. Sarah, I love you. Yeah, you got an apartment. That's all right. Sarah, it's not a marriage. It's just a temporary thing. You're not married to that apartment. You remember that. Blanton, when you started this channel, did you think you'd still be going nearly 3 years later? I did, in one sense. I wanted to quit many times, but I saw, look, I always knew like I had a gift to communicate and to inspire. You know, that's part of the reason also why I got involved in a church. That's part of the reason why I started a nonprofit organization. That's part of the reason why I had a radio show on AM radio. Because I tried to find platforms to develop my gifts and where it was still self-care. And so, I mean, I didn't know that YouTube, I would definitely stay with it. And I'm not saying I'll do this to the day I die. I don't know yet. But I know that one way or another, as long as I can maintain my own personal space and self-care, I will find a platform to use my gift because it helps me feel alive. You know, like, look, I do it as a side hustle. I'll tell you guys straight up. You know what I mean? I'm like a stripper. However, I enjoy stripping. Like, I think you can watch my videos, whether you like them or you don't like them, that's personal opinion. But I think you could tell that I enjoy it. So you want to do things you enjoy. And if you can make a side income off it ethically, that's a go. So I knew like YouTube would be a good possibility long term, but it's a huge pain in the ass because it's working for free for about a year, and there's no guarantee your channel is going to do anything. And even when it does something, again, it's side income. It's not a main job. You got to keep a main job. I would be starving to death if I just depended on YouTube. So if you know what YouTube is, if you're willing to deal with the mental backlash of sharing your life publicly, because you're going to get some, and if you don't depend on it solely financially, it could be a good thing. But everything is work. Everything is give and take. But it's going to depend on your personality and your long-term vision. But you're young. When you're young, try things out. Like I tell you, when I was your age, I was getting involved in church. I was looking into other things. I was trying to do like radio. So you may not do YouTube when you're in your 30s, but it will be a stepping stone to something else you will do. And you will have learned lessons. You know, whether it's to how to edit a video, how to upload a video, you will be better off, Blanton, that when you're young to do different things, there will be seeds for when you're older that you can grow from and apply to whatever it is down the road. Because in 20 years, YouTube may not be popping. We may be in virtual reality. Where I'm over there, I'm stripping like in people's living room. They're squirting and, you know, money's flying. It's going to be like a whole nother level of virtual reality. Like right now, I'm not in 3D. You guys can't feel, touch me, or smell me. Okay? Now, some of you people like to smell panties. Sometimes I watch that type of porn. But, you know, you just got to remember this. Do it now and build off it in the future. That's all. Kira, hey, Sarah, I'm praying for you. Good job. Sarah says, I hate Trump. But that's all right. I love you, Sarah. I appreciate you coming in. Sarah, come on over. Well, don't ask because you know I may come over. And they said, what you doing here? I love you. Man, you and Sarah would be a great guy. I think about Sarah sometimes. I will come out there and date her. But I don't know. Anything's possible. But only because, like, I know Sarah wants her own space and I want my own space. I masturbated to Sarah a few times. Several times. Jody West. All you guys, now, Sarah, because Sarah, I used to have Instagram. Sarah direct messaged me a couple times. I direct messaged her back. That's true. And she reminds me of Jody West. That's I think. And I'll tell you right now, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't. That's true. Blame you and what's up, my man from Saudi Arabia? Hello to you. Shout out to you, man. What's your name again? I think it's Muhammad, but I don't know how to read that tag, so I don't want to mispronounce it. Shout out to you, man. Lala. My birthday 2 weeks ago. Well, let's sing happy birthday, Lala. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lila, aka Zach. Happy birthday to you. Lila, God bless you and your family, and we appreciate you. Okay. You are not devalued in our chat room. Okay. Why? Because, guys, Lila, aka Zach, never did anything bad to me. So what I can tell you is we love you. Blaine, I believe that renting is actually cheaper overall than buying. Several hidden costs to owning a home, like maintenance, taxes, and time spent doing yard work. I agree with that. I've been looking at some houses down in Florida, and every time I see a pool, I don't see like a refreshing oasis. I see maintenance, and I hate maintenance with all my heart. So I agree. My man from Saudi Arabia, you should own a house in Atlantic City. Nah, man, hell no. I've been to Atlantic City, man. Atlantic City got bankrupt Trump casinos and trap houses. Atlantic City, bad area, man. Guys, I grew up in New Jersey. So what I can tell you is there's some outskirts parts of Atlantic City that are right, but most of Atlantic City, man, horrible, man. High crime, high poverty. Nah, I ain't going to Atlantic City, man. Apathy. If you rent and lose your job, you're homeless. But if you buy a 2-bed, at least you can get a roomie. Oh, that's scary as hell, man. I'd kind of rather be homeless, but I hear you. Rather have a roomie than be homeless, so I'm not mad at you. Just my opinion. I love your apathy. You did the right thing for you. I know you hate the idea of a roomie. That's true, I do. I got upset when you said that. Just be him, Riddicks. Dang. Yeah, Fuji water. Make it infinite. Is better than Jaden Smith water. I don't know what Jaden Smith's selling. But Jaden Smith, I don't know. Guys, I say Fuji water. I don't know. Let's take a hydration break. My man from Saudi Arabia. That is before MBS. I don't know what that means. Now women have all their rights. Well, that's a good thing. That's positive. Thank you, man. Yeah, Carlos keeping his mouth shut. He want to get some ass. Blaine. Women just recently got their right to drive in Saudi Arabia. Pretty crazy. Well, that sounds like, don't forget though, it takes another generation after you get your rights. Like in the 60s and 70s, minorities and women in America, they got their rights. But guys, even now, like 30, 40 years later, it's kind of like equality, okay? But it takes a whole nother generation after you legally get your rights to be society integrated. So Saudi Arabia probably going to be another generation before the women can really be them. Just like it was in America. After Martin Luther King and after women did their movement, were they the top dogs in society in the 70s and 80s? Nah. So it takes a whole nother generation. That's true. But it's a start. So today, I agree with that, Sam. Relationships, too much work. Yeah, I think about it. I think about Sarah. I would like to have sex with her, but when I see a pool down in South Florida, it looks good, but too much maintenance. My man from Saudi Arabia. Saudi is just 80 years old. Well, that's true. When America was just 80 years old, like I say, I think we still had slavery. Women didn't have rights. So that's what we got to remember when other countries throughout the world. So that's a good point. Norma. No, I am still in Maryland. Okay. Saudi. Oh, yeah, I read that. Lila. We sold my Nana house back in Inglewood, Florida. Zillow, $63,000 and change. Okay. Mike Reed, much love, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that tip, man. Ryan B, Utah. If I remember right, Utah opens up on Monday. Okay. Oh, for gyms too, and then, well, it's a good thing they open up the dentist. I don't know about gyms, and eating restaurants. Well, to each their own. Utah doesn't have much of an outbreak. Hopefully it works out good. Thank you for sharing, Ryan. Gina. Thanks, Sam. I love you. I love you too, brother. We're going to pray for you. Bear Man. Totally agree with your saying. Thank you. We are similar age. Both love training. You're ahead of me with living in a car, but I have been researching for at least last 6 months. Take it easy, Sam. Well, you too, Bear Man. Best of luck to you on your journey. Blaine, do you mind if I do a video recommending your channel? No, I don't mind that. And saying why you're the best on YouTube. Hey guys, compliment ain't gonna get me upset. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. No, that's great, man. I appreciate that. That's a blessing. Thank you, brother. Luciano, wishing everyone on this live chat good health. You're a good man. Shout to Arizona. Sam, thank you for these daily videos. I love you, brother. Keep hammering, yeah. Much love to you. Arizona's in the house. Yeah, shout to you and your brother, man. Yeah, Luciano and his brother, they're heavy into the workout game. Especially after a divorce. And everyone that was heavy into the gym, we have to start from scratch. But we can. We're going to take life one day at a time. We're going to be okay. Thank you, brother. Carlos laughing good. Pluto, what's up, man? Shout out to you and Tariq. Much love, Sam. Hope you had a nice day. I made it through the day, and I'm thankful for that, brother. Good to see you, man. Shout out to Florida again in the house. Pluto's laughing good. Pluto. We home down Florida. Yes, till I'm coming back down, man. Damn, I miss Florida. Ryan B. Roommates are the devil. I agree with that. Just like Ryan B, 100 emoji. You nailed it tonight, man. Michael, what's up, man? Task force meeting. Yeah, it was boring today. Trump didn't talk about Lysol. No Trump show entertainment. Yeah, he's entertaining. Is he a good leader? Hell no. Guys, Andrew Cuomo strong, man. Andrew Cuomo 2020, man. I don't know how the Democrats can't tell Joe Biden, sit his ass down. Let's get Cuomo in the house, man. Cuomo's strong, man. I can't believe he put Mitch McConnell in his place, man. I don't understand. It's all a game, man. Blaine, you're the best, man. Well, you too. 2 years of inspiration and life lessons that you've helped me learn. God bless you. You gotta keep working every day. That's true. And to achieve my goals. Amen, brother. One day at a time, one step at a time. And when you reach your goals and you get knocked on your ass and you gotta start from scratch, you remember, cry, go for a walk, put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time, and it happens to all of us. God bless you, man. Jay Bird. Oh, that's a female too, Jay Bird. I love you. Florida's in the house. Remy, I think it's easier for them to control Biden. That's why they're pushing him. Well, I'm still going to vote for Joe Biden. Why? Because he wants Medicare at the age of 60. Okay, they just announced today we are now $4 trillion more in debt. So national deficit is 26 trillion, and we still don't have universal health care. We don't have basic health care. Guys, if you say, Sam, I'm not going to vote for anyone, I say that's stupid. Why? Because if you're thirsty and you go in a store and they only have two options, even though you may not like neither, if you want a better choice, you have to choose, okay? Because one Fuji Water say, look, I am not going to give you Medicare at 60. I'm going to continue to bail out corporations, go deeper into national debt, and I only care about the stock market. Joe Biden's half asleep, okay? And he may sleep his entire 4 years. But what he's telling you is that when you wake up in 4 years, there won't be 26 million Americans unemployed, there won't be 50,000 dead, and I will have Medicare at the age of 60. And I say, damn it, Joe, I don't care if you got to sleep for 4 years, I'm choosing you. Okay. So that's how I look at it. You got to do what you got to do now. Carlos, yeah, shout out to Miami. I appreciate that, brother. Pluto, when you told me to live my life day by day, that's a blessing. It has been much better. Amen, brother. I got to tell myself that every day. So I'm with you. Like, guys, I'm with you guys, man. It's a struggle. I feel you. Thank you. Peppa Pig. Love Cuomo. He came on strong, man. Good Italian man. Sharp, logical, and governor. Yeah. Right. Guys, if you like Cuomo right now, you get some ass. That's true. Bland, do a video with Sarah. Well, if I go to California, I won't do a video with her. Guys, I told you, Bland, don't do a video with your girlfriend. If I do a video with Sarah, we're going to rendezvous, but you guys ain't never going to know about that. You got to keep your love interest private. Like, guys, am I going to do a video with my Latino milfs down South Florida? Hell no. Once you blow up the spot, you ain't getting asked no more. I'm not going to, can't put, nah. It's too much backlash. Keep your chicks or your men, keep them off YouTube, okay? Now, unless that's your hustle. There's some people that say, I'm going to travel with my spouse and we're going to be travelers. Nah, not me. Then I'm going to lose all the people that want to get with me. Guys, I'm a sex symbol. If I tell you now I'm wifed up to Sarah, I'm gonna miss out on some tips. There's some gay guys that want to get with me. There's some ugly chicks that want to get with me. Guys, if I say I'm married now, I already lost all my Trump viewers. I cut my viewership in half because I've been bashing Trump for the past month. So now if I bash all my ugly psychopaths that think they may get with me, guys, I ain't gonna have nobody watching. I gotta keep the level of mystery alive. Like, there ain't no way anyone's gonna get with me, but I gotta think maybe. You know what I mean? So, guys, I gotta play the game a little bit, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't forget that. Don't remember that. Blam, yeah, big facts. I just spit them. Ryan B. Element Van Life. Yeah, he killed all his women. All the ugly chick, yeah. He gonna destroy his life. Messing with that chick, he gonna destroy his life. Yeah, Carlos laughing, you know what I mean. All right, guys, let me get out of here, man, before I blow the spot. What a disaster. I try to teach you guys game. You ain't listening, though. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you again, Mike Reed. Thank you for, thank you, Not Alone. And thank you, who's the other person I want to show love to? Keeping Up a Bree. Thank you for the love. Kamal, God bless you, brother. Sam, I'm a sex symbol. That's true, brother. God bless you. Pluto, love to you, man. Ryan, Bland, all love to everyone, man. God bless you guys.